Hello and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru coming at you with a movie reaction. This is to the 2024 Ordinary Angels film. Trying to get it in a nice shot right here for you. For those of you that have checked this out, this was based on true events. I really like this movie, faith-based film, if you will. Even though it wasn't pushy on the subject, I like that. They kind of tried to keep it more uh, down to ground, down to earth, um, giving you a little bit of a image here of what it looked like. Um, Not sure if you can kind of see that very well, but this is starring Hilary Swank and Alan Richardson, which some of you might be familiar from his series on Prime Video. Reacher is about to do its third season. So, for those of you that have caught him in that, you're familiar with the actor. But I've got a little bit of notes pulled up from the film that I can kind of go into. So, just starting off, um, this movie, Ordinary Angels, it made $20 million last year in 2024, which I thought was a really good um, amount of money for a film to make, given that it wasn't really advertised that much. I saw a trailer for it, I believe, a month before the movie came out. So they didn't do too much for advertising, even though a lot of films in the year 2024 weren't advertised properly, in my opinion, compared to the way they normally would have been. But moving on, we've got so yeah, it's a faith-based drama, biography, and medical story. So going on, the story set in the '90s. So for those of you growing up in the '90s, like I have, it was very nostalgic to see a story kind of based in that time. Better than Madam Web. For those of you that have seen that movie, that was also set in the '90s. That's a perfect example of not how not to do a movie set back in the day. But moving on. So we've got, like I mentioned, Hilary Swank as Sharon Stevens, and this character we get to see is struggling character with alcoholism, and her friend Rose tries to get her help in the movie, and basically explains to her that she needs to find a purpose in her life, and she hears about this family that has lost their mother. Their mother tragically passes at the beginning of the film, and then that leads her to visit the family during the wake, or the funeral. Sorry, uh, and just kind of reach out. And that's when she then discovers that the daughter is ill, needs a kidney transplant, and that the family is struggling financially. And she basically, in the '90s, did a crowd fund, and a sort of got her community and people from around the country to pitch in and help this family. We got to see Alan Richardson played by, Alan Richardson play the character of Ed Schmidt, which was really cool to see. I thought he played a fantastic role in this. A really cool showing of how it's very difficult to ask for help, even when you're struggling, right? And the pride that a lot of people have to face in just accepting that they need help getting through things. And I thought it was funny that even in the '90s, they couldn't afford things. They were struggling compared to now in 2024. People are struggling as well. Um, so yeah, I've just got a little bit of a bio kind of written here, but Sharon Stevens, a hairdresser in a small town in Kentucky, she discovers a new sense of purpose when she meets Ed Schmidt, a widower barely making enough to make ends meet, with two small girls to raise, one very ill with a life-threatening disease. So there you go for a little bit of a bio for the movie. I thought it was very well done. It was done by director John Gunn, who does, it seems like, faith-based movies primarily, but this looks like it might have been his biggest hit in his career, to be making $20 million, which is really cool to see. Um, Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the film if you've caught this movie yet. If you haven't, I definitely recommend you guys checking out this Ordinary Angels. I bought it, of course. I have the DVD on physical media. I picked this up from Walmart. This was about, I'd say, $10. Yeah, it was a reduced price when I got it, because it's been out for a little bit. But where you can also watch it, I've written this down a bit. Let's see, next page. So yeah, it says that you can watch it on Vudu and on iTunes, which is interesting because I don't have Vudu, and I know a lot of people still buy things, purchase things digitally on iTunes, but I think you can also get this potentially on Prime Video. They might want you to pay for it, like the traditional VOD prices, which is kind of high, like $20. But just wait a couple of weeks and it might be reduced in price. And I wouldn't be too surprised if this film comes out on Netflix very soon and is widely available to see. I know, for those of you that are tracking the markets, most recently, what was it? I believe the new Godzilla X Kong New Empire film, that was on HBO Max's streaming service. It has since moved to Netflix, which has made it the number 3 or number 4 film on Netflix, this month in January. So it's kind of interesting to see that, these big budget films from other studios are moving over and they're still getting big pop raves, even after a year of being released, just going on to another streaming service. And I bought the disc. I have the Blu-ray, but fascinating to see a lot of people are watching it now because it's on Netflix. That just goes to show how many people aren't subscribed to HBO Max. But definitely some news to get into this week. So check out the channel for future videos coming out. But until next time, have a good one and bye bye. All righty.